Most conversations begin with the best of intentions. You have a specific issue that you want to discuss, a few points you want to cover, and a few ideas for a solution. So you take this information to your coworker, and somewhere along the line, tensions arise. And the next thing you know, you're arguing, maybe even yelling. And the issue you wanted to address is now long gone. How did this happen? How did you get here? And how do you move on from that bad place you ended up? No matter how focused we are on having positive and successful conversations, sometimes communication, it just fails. And it's not difficult for this to happen at work. When everyone is stressed out on a deadline or working insane hours to get a project done or trying to play catch up when someone else isn't carrying their weight, communication is usually the first thing to go. These situations can wreak havoc on our ability to collaborate and to get things done. That's why it's so important to have a plan when productive exchanges devolve. Your first move should be to address that misstep immediately. Maybe you were too quick to anger with a coworker during a meeting, impatient with a teammate who needed a little bit more hand-holding on a project, or dismissive when a person was just trying to ask for your help. These are all instances when you struggle to display empathy and your communication failed. Nobody enjoys failure, so owning up to being wrong is almost always extremely humbling and defeating. That's why sincerely admitting that you caused the disruption is an enormously impressive gesture, and it demands that person's respect. You can also use this communication breakdown as a tool to re-engage that same conversation that you were having, but to do it from a place of great empathy. Here's an example of what that would sound like. What I just said was way out of line, and I apologize. I'm extremely invested in the work that we're doing, so I'm a bit on edge. Your contribution is so valuable to the success of this project, and I'd really love to hear your ideas of the steps that we should take to solve this problem. So let's break down what we did just there. We begun our statement by addressing our mistake and then apologizing for it. To the listener, you're both admitting to being wrong and acknowledging their feelings. The reason why sincere apologies are so highly valued is because feelings, they make us human. So apologizing when you hurt someone, even if you did so totally unintentionally, is a great act of humanity. Next, we showed that we value both the work we are doing together and their specific contribution to that work. Valuing the work as a whole is really important to relay because it truly is a team effort. You never want your coworkers to feel like you aren't 100% devoted. Singling out their specific contribution shows them that you view them as capable and worthy. Doing these things together reinforces your commitment to the team's success and, as a result, their success as an individual. And finally, we re-engage the conversation in a positive way by complimenting our listener and then asking them their opinion. Genuine compliments have a similar effect to sincere apologies. Anytime you're able to show humanity, you'll likely see some pretty positive results. By asking them their opinion, you're getting the conversation back on track and then putting the emphasis on solving the problem with them in the driver's seat of determining a solution. Your biggest goal when communication fails should be to approach your listener in a non-threatening way and then give them an opportunity to speak their mind without judgment or anger. You do this by apologizing for your part in the breakdown, showing this person that you value them, and then re-engaging the conversation from a place of empathy. To get yourself in the space to do this when it counts, you're going to want to spend some time complimenting someone on work they've done on a recent project and then asking them how they came about their conclusions. The point of this is to practice communicating someone's value to them. The more often that you do this, the more sincere it's going to be when you're flustered. A bonus here is that when arguments do happen, you'll already have established that you value their work. And that's the easiest way to move past a failure of communication, expressing to people that they are worthy.